Okay, so Garth Hudson, master instrumentalist and last surviving member of the band, I guess that's their name, the band, dies at age 87.
Garth Hudson, the last surviving member of the folk rock group called The Band.
Hudson died in his sleep in a nursing home in Woodstock, New York. If you know up on Cripple Creek or the night they drove Old Dixie down, then you know his work. Hudson could play anything, saxophone, accordion, but he worked most of his magic playing keyboards.
Yeah, Hudson and the band were inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame back in 1994. Garth Hudson was 87 years old.
All right, did you hear that? So, I am not familiar with those songs, but they said a folk rock band, right?
Garth Hudson, the last surviving.
Let's try this one right here from the New York Post. Right, legendary Canadian rock group. The band said goodbye to its last surviving member, again Garth Hudson, on January 21st. That's interesting because I'll wait to get into it, but I'm seeing like a lot of these instruments pop up trending with different stories. And again, you see keyboardist, but beloved multi-instrumentalist, played the organ along with the keyboard, accordion, and saxophone. Think about another instrument, the trumpet, and let me know if that rings a bell with anything else trending, okay? Hudson founded the band alongside Robbie Robertson, Levon Helm. That's interesting because Patrick Levon Mahomes is in the AFC title game, but it's spelled with an A instead of an E. Rick Danko and Richard Manuel in Toronto, founded in 1957, it says right here. And look at this, man. Bob Dylan is also trending right now because of the auction. Draft lyrics to Mr. Tambourine Man sold, and some other items of his. Okay, Bob Dylan, Mr. Tambourine Man. So tambourine, keyboardist, trumpet. You see, put two and two together or put one and one together. You see the connections? So Bob Dylan's already trending. I just did the breakdown yesterday. So now we get Bob Dylan synced up with this RIP of this guy. They gained recognition, did the band in the 60s for their work with Bob Dylan, as seen in the rock doc The Last Waltz. Look at that. Like Wall or like Walls, who was side by side with Miss Harris, right? Kamala, her, the person running next to her, right? Walls. Okay, you see that right there? What do you think about that? Anyways, that documentary directed by Martin Scorsese. All right, I don't think I can play much more of that. And again, you see right there, and they mention Bob Dylan even throughout this article, with him trending for other reasons. And Dylan kind of sounds like Dawn, doesn't it? And remember Chris O'Donnell passed, the fitness TikToker? But besides that, like Dawn, right? Think about it. Okay? So all-around musician who drew from a unique palette of sounds and styles to add a conversational touch to such rock standards as Up on Cripple Creek, The Wait, and Rag Mama Rag, RIP at age 87. This death confirmed Tuesday by the Canadian press, which cited Hudson's friend Jan Host. Additional details not immediately available, okay? They said died in his sleep. I think I heard him in that video clip, I think. But additional details not immediately available. Hudson had been living in a nursing home in upstate New York. All right. Okay. No matter the song, Hudson summoned just the right feeling or shading, whether the tipsy clavinet and wah-wah pedal on Up on Cripple Creek, the galloping piano on Rag Mama Rag, or the melancholy saxophone on It Makes No Difference. And you see John Lennon with the arrow right there. Garth Hudson up above. Okay, and there's that trending story I just covered. Right? They said one of the greatest songwriters of all time, Bob Dylan. This auction, draft lyrics to Mr. Tambourine Man, sell for $508K at U.S. auction. Remember, songwriter equals 58, but tambourine, keyboardist, trumpet, all of this stuff trending right now. And he's also, Bob Dylan, I've heard about this as well. Timothy Chalamet plays Bob Dylan in this new movie called A Complete Unknown, right? Which is just something interesting that I see that keeps popping up as well. 200 people in that room and each one wants to be somebody else. They should just let me be. You see that right there? And Timothy Chalamet as Bob Dylan. So that's just another interesting piece to go with the Dylan stuff. Last surviving member. Look at that. Dies at age 87. No details, of course, right? Just dies in a nursing home. That's all they say. This is gematria. You see the code right here. That's the reduction cipher. Last surviving member equals 87. Okay? And dead at age 87. These letters have numerical values attached. Do you understand? 2 reduction ciphers with the language and the alphabet going forwards and reverse. We have the ordinal cipher and the reverse cipher. That's it. Okay? There's a lot of numbers. What are the chances you get 87, last surviving member, and it's in the title, last surviving member of the band, and he RIPs at age 87? Okay? What are the odds of that? Even last surviving member equates to 120, and he died the next number on 121, January 21. Okay? You know what I'm saying? Like, and that was uh inauguration day. That was MLK Jr. Day as well, 1/20. And born in Windsor, Canada. Let's go to the calculator real quick. And let's just see, something may hit on the fly. Let's put Windsor. Look at that. Windsor 10. Look at that. Windsor equals 87. Okay? RIP'd at age 87. Look at that, man. Out of Windsor, Canada. Windsor's got the 87 in that reverse cipher. Look at the cipher right there. Z1 Y2, X is 3, W is 4, all the way to A, 26. Windsor equals 87, y'all. Dies at age 87, and last surviving member equals 87. How about that? On the fly, okay? And they said it's a folk rock band. Look at that. Folk syncs up with kill even. Look at that. Folk and kill right there. 44, 17, and 64. Look at that right there. And they said a folk rock band, y'all. Wow. And even Windsor's got that 102 right there, which is like 120. And notice how he RIP'd 121. What else equals 121? Blood sacrifice equals 121. Okay? Right there. And you see the 86 to get rid of, right? 86. Look at that. Okay? What do you think about that? So again, this is Daily Decodes 81-2, all right? Okay, and there's some of the other guys. All these guys are gone now, okay? Robertson, the band's guitarist and lead songwriter, died in 2023 after a long illness. Keyboardist, drummer Richard Manuel hung himself. Look at that, 86. Okay, I just showed you blood sacrifice equals 121. Garth, his death date, and you get 86 with this guy 86ing himself, Richard Manuel. Okay? Bassist Rick Danko died in his sleep in 1999. And drummer Levon Helm died of cancer in 2012. The band was inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame in 94. So let's keep our eyes out to see if a 94 wants to linger or pop up somewhere, right? Formed in the early 1960s as a backing group for rocker Ronnie Hawkins. The band was originally called the Hawks. And featured the Arkansas-born Helm and 4 Canadians. Recruited by Helm and Hawkins, Hudson, Danko, Manuel, and Robertson. You know what? Canada equals 39. Okay? Canada equals 39. Like Windsor. Okay? That's not huge, but Windsor 39. Canada's got the 39. All right, so let's go back over here. So Garth Hudson, master instrumentalist and last surviving member of the band, RIP at age 87. So check this out. Again, these dates all factor in birthdays, major events with the characters, the Gematria calculator, prime numbers. Look at his last birthday, August 2nd. Well, August 2nd leaves 151 days in the year, okay? And 151 is the 36th prime number. The band equals 36. Keyboard equals 36. All right? And this is a keyboardist and all around musician. Even his name, Eric Garth Hudson, you get the birthday in reverse reduction. Look at that. Eric Garth Hudson equals 82 with the August 2nd birthday, 8/2. Or you could say the second day of August, which is 28. Eric equals 28 in that same reverse reduction cipher. Okay, a Canadian multi-instrumentalist, best known as the keyboardist, and occasional saxophonist for the rock group The Band. Man, that's glitching big, huh? And just notice, so he goes by Garth and the last name Hudson. Look at those connections. Hudson 81 and 2 ciphers, Garth 81, keyboard equals 81, his last birthday and 18 date numerology. Garth and Hudson, you also get 27 in 2 ciphers with both. Look at that. And 8 plus 1 is 9, 2 plus 7 is 9. Okay, so you kind of see how these numbers come together and sync up, right? Ritual equals 27. Ritual also equals 81 in 2 ciphers. So, how about that? So, he's in a band called The Band, and he goes by Garth. Okay, his last birthday, 54 date numerology as The Band and Garth equate to 54. And again, the 27's there, okay? Garth, 27 and 2 ciphers. Even The Band has 27. So The Band, 27, Garth, 27, Hudson, 27. And I put the question mark. Is it the guy on the right? It appears like it's the guy on the right there, okay? I don't know. There should only be one band called The Band, right? But you never know. Mistakes happen. But you see that right there? And I want you to notice the 54. So 54 date numerology on the last birthday. The band equals 54. Garth equals 54. Keyboard equals 45. The reflection. What else equals 45? Ritual equals 45. So ritual equals 45. Ritual equals 27. And ritual equals 81 in 2 base ciphers. Okay, and we get all of those with this character. And remember, RIPs on 1/21 when blood sacrifice equals 121. Okay, and you see ritual 81, 27, 81, 45 right there. Okay, and one more slide. Instrumentalist, right in the title, 101. That's the 26th prime number. First name Eric equals 26, even though he goes by Garth. Eric Garth Hudson. All right. Look at that right there. To sync up with instrumentalist by the prime number. I want to refresh and play this video here. And then we can call it a decode, right? That was amazing out of Windsor. And Windsor's got the 87, like last surviving member, and then he dies at 87.
Garth Hudson, the virtuosic multi-instrumentalist and last surviving original member of the band, died on Tuesday at age 87 in Woodstock, New York. A musical polymath renowned for his complex melodies on the Lowry organ.
Do we put Woodstock, New York in the calculator? Let's see. Or just Woodstock.